Last time on Catfish Date Part 2. Troy has been dating a beautiful woman named Heather that he met online, but she isn't who she says she is. Troy's friends do not trust her and decided to do a background check. They find out that she was the only survivor in a house fire that killed her family 10 years ago. When they brought it up during a dinner, Heather becomes visibly uncomfortable. Back at Toni and Troy's house, they all decide to play a game of truth and dare to find out more information about Heather. The game makes Heather cry, and Troy takes Heather into the kitchen to console her. Suddenly, smoke starts to pour from the kitchen, and the group rushes in to put out the fire. Troy and Heather are nowhere to be found. I think we put out the fire. Where is Troy and Heather?
I don't know. We were all in the living room.
Toni and Kat look out the back door to see if Troy and Heather stepped outside, but they are nowhere to be found. I'll tell you what I think. I think Heather just tried to set your house on fire with all of us in it.
Don't be silly. We don't have any proof. This could have been an electrical fire. Looks like the fire truck is here. We can let them investigate.
While the fire department is checking out the kitchen, the crew goes outside to look for Troy and Heather.
I texted Troy, but he hasn't responded yet.
I bet you that girl has him held hostage.
Let's just calm down. There has to be a perfectly good reason.
Yeah, she tried to do to us what she did to her family. Well, we found the issue. It looks like the fire was started by a small flame in the kitchen. It could have been from a candle, a lighter, etc. But it started a handtail on fire, and that is how it spread.
Well, we don't usually light candles in the kitchen, and Troy doesn't smoke. I don't know about Heather.
I say we find out what's really going on here. Let's go find Troy. The group drives downtown to a popular spot to see if they can find Troy, but he is nowhere to be found.
Didn't Heather say she was from a small town where everybody knows everyone? Maybe that is where they went.
It's definitely worth a try. She said it's about an hour north. They decide to head to Heather's hometown. They arrive at the first gas station in town with a photo they printed from the dating profile. They ask around to see if anyone has seen Heather. Everyone is too scared to talk and seems to be frightened of her.
Well, this town isn't that big. Should we start knocking on doors?
I don't think that is going to do us any good if everyone is afraid of Heather.
Oh my gosh, it's Troy! Troy, where are you?
You have got to help me! This girl is crazy! I am trapped in an old abandoned cabin off a street called Lost Row. Please, hurry! Well, let's find a map and find an old cabin. Jason goes back in the gas station and purchases a map. It looks like there are 3 cabins on this road. Let's go find Troy. The group piles back in the car and heads towards Lost Row. The street is very dark and dangerous. They creep up to the first abandoned cabin.
I don't think this is it. Yes, I agree. This one looks like it's barely standing.
They slowly drive by the first cabin, and up ahead is a second cabin with one light glowing in the window. I think this is it. The group quietly climbs out of the car and walks up to the cabin. They peek through the window and notice Troy is tied up to a chair. Heather is dumping gasoline around Troy, preparing to set the cabin on fire.
We have got to help him.
I have an idea. Rick runs around to the back of the cabin.
Rick, wait! What's the plan?
Heather stops pouring gasoline and runs to the back door where she finds Rick. He kicks open the door and wrestles Heather to the ground. Jason, Toni, and Kat run into the front door to quickly untie Troy.
It's too late.
Let's get out of here before it explodes! He picks up Heather and drags her outside. The group turns around to see the cabin explode from the fire. Why did you do this?
I am an arsonist. I love playing with fire.
Well, your burning days are over. They tie her up and take her back to the small town. She admits that she killed her family 10 years ago and spends the rest of her life behind bars. The town is finally happy that they no longer have to worry about crazy Heather.
Don't ever do that again.
Yes, I will have to be more careful. I guess when her profile says she likes fire, I thought she meant spicy flirting. Toni rolls her eyes. Troy is now a bit more careful of women he meets online.